This is Truck Talk 180, where we are flipping the paradigm and taking the power back from these bastards who have nothing more than a printing press. Everybody's going to want their money all at one time. They're going to open up the vault and there's going to be a little printer there. That's it, folks. Your world is being run by people with printing machines, and they have a monopoly on the creation of these Federal Reserve notes. And everybody's figured this out. All the central banks, they all know that the more money that they print, the cheaper their currency becomes, the better their exports will go, because their exports will be cheaper. So this is the currency war, and we're all getting screwed because we're all allowing our central banks to devalue the currency, and it's starting to speed up. Now, one of my videos some time back, I thought that the CFTC, stupid naive me, thought that the CFTC were actually going to implement some rules that were in Dodd-Frank, specifically the 10% position limit. Oh no, the banks got a hold of the courts, and the courts can stop whatever they want. So the courts have stopped that 10% position limit, so JP Morgan and all them boys, the HSBC, have gotten basically the permission to flood the market with as many short contracts as they want. There won't be an investigation because my Senator, Tom Carver, is on the committee for investigations. He's also on the Finance Committee, and he's also on the Department of Homeland Security Committee. So you have a trifecta of fraud that all come together in a one Tom Carver. He bails out banks, but he won't audit the Fed. TARP cost you $16 trillion, but you'll never know it, because what they did was they loaned the money out through the Federal Reserve at 0% interest and increased the money supply. So even though on the face of it, TARP was only $800 billion, it basically set the precedent for the Federal Reserve to loan out whoever and how much ever they wanted. Not to say they weren't already supposed to be doing that, but now it's been cranked up. And now we've got the Chinese and the Russians and everybody else trying to keep pace with how the Fed is devaluing the dollar. And now it's just a fight of who's got the biggest printing press, who can print the most money the fastest. And Ben was just out the other day, threatening other countries. You need to let your currencies appreciate, or or we're all just going to go into a hyperinflationary abyss. Look, the dollar is dead, and what's sad about it is that the American people will be the last ones to know about it. I don't care how rich you are, how many digits, how many zeros you got behind your bank account. This is going to decimate anybody that's in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, 401ks. The list goes on and on. If it's denominated in dollars, it's going in the toilet. That's why I am getting into a little bit of gold. Well, I don't even gold. I'm too poor. I can't even afford health insurance. I just got broken, and now I can't work, so that's why I'm doing this. I ain't had time to think about what I want to say on this thing, but now I'm broken. I'll have a little more time. Everybody needs to go down to their coin shop and buy as much damn silver as you can get a hold of. You saw the price dropping down this morning. Today is Friday, I think the 18th or something, October. Price of silver's been knocked down like 32.40 or something. And it's a good buying time. I agree with David Morgan. We're talking about we're not going to see below 30. I do not believe we're going to see below 30. And I'd be, surprised if they actually were able to get it under 31. But it's all about what kind of currency we're going to have in the future. Now, this fiscal cliff they keep talking about, I'm going to talk about in my next video. But I want to sum this one up as I was wrong about expecting the CFTC to actually be able to implement legislation that, I don't know, the Congress passed and the President signed. That was foolish of me to think that something that was passed and signed into law would actually be enforced. That was dumb. It's not, and I fully expect that we're going to see fake silver replace the good silver as the industry continues to gobble it up in their solar, there's 10,000 industrial applications, and they can't take fraudulent silver. But like the Delaware Depository, they can take fake silver because they know the people that are holding it are never going to be able to come down to the shop and drill some holes in these bars, these 1,000-ounce bars, and find out what's in it. So as soon as the industrial applications use up all of the available silver, I think that's when we'll finally see some price moves, and they are going to be violent, because as the industry all of a sudden can't get their silver, and say, there's industries here in Delaware, they might put out an ad in Craigslist, hey, bring your silver to this DuPont shop or this wherever, and we'll give you cash for your silver, starting maybe $50 an ounce, $60 an ounce. And as they need more, and as fewer and fewer ounces come in from the general public, that price is going to continue to rise and rise. And if any investors want to go and tap into those silver holdings that they think they have, and say take delivery of this silver so they can go down and trade it in for the cash at 50, 60, 80 bucks an ounce or whatever the going rate is. They're going to be really surprised when when the companies already know they can see these 1,000 bars coming, 1,000-ounce bars coming, and they know there ain't no silver. They got a nice thick coating around the outside of it, but the rest of it's filled with shit. And that's when we'll see the spike, because now that investor is out his position. He's out all the paper he put into it. That metal that was registered as a holding somewhere, as available for investment, is now gone. And that'll happen a whole bunch of times real quick. It'll be until they cannot get the last ounce delivered, or they need it for their industrial purposes. That's when this crap will take off. And it could be another 2 years. This game is about patience. We know the currency is going to collapse, and this metal helps you protect you against that. If industry stays afloat, I hope that it does. I hope we don't have a grid down collapse where there's not even electricity or shipping, because that would actually not be good for silver. It'd still be good because you're gonna it'll outperform any paper assets as far as dollars, but as far as making it, and basically making it move against the gold ratio. Right now it's like, what, 50 to 1? In order to get it to move against that, I do think that the industrial use is going to have to be there, and it won't be there if the grid is down. So, you know, solar panels might become the hottest thing, and solar uses up a lot of solar. So, these are the things to be thinking about. Whatever you do, don't get scared out of your position. You never know when this thing is going to break. We don't know. Could be years, could be months, could be weeks. But, oh, I keep stacking people.